All up in
All
there.
right, so we are live, guys. Hey, welcome, family. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us this Thursday. Last of the Millions, we probably right. As always, I am you and your co-host, Kendra Rochelle.
And I am Kelsey.
And tonight, Farrelly is not with us. He is doing the producer hat in the background, but we do have a special guest with us tonight. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, I can use profanity, right? Just had to make
Yes.
sure because
Cuss on you.
y'all were sounding like sailors off the track, but I wasn't sure if that was like part of how like the media training. So yes, my name is Kendra Trump, aka the HNIC, because I am the head nigga in charge. But y'all can just call me Ken. The whole hood calls me Ken. I'm good in every hood, honey. I was on the west side today. Went to go try to get some food because so they always say the best food comes from the hood, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Today they didn't put no love in their food. This is my first time trying this spot. Okay, it's on Joseph E. Boone. I think it's called Soul Food. Try at your own risk. They didn't even have no. I asked the girl. I said, "Hey, where's the red velvet cake?" Because online, like the pictures, like the menu doesn't have like red velvet cake for dessert.
Yeah.
But they said, "Oh, well, we sold out. You got to get here really early or come back tomorrow." I'm like, "I'm not coming back tomorrow." Okay, it's already too much. I mean, I live in a hood, but some hoods are worse than one hood that you live in. Okay, and I got too much going on at home. I don't want to go to another one. All right, back to the story. So she's like, "Oh, try the strawberry cake. That strawberry cake tastes like I feel like it was made in the Great Depression. Okay, wasn't good whatsoever. Okay, it was bad, right? And then all of a sudden, I see this lady like she has a stroller, but there's no baby and it has stuff in it. I'm like, bro, where'd you steal that stroller from? Right? Go watch my IG story. It was freaking hilarious. Then this man was like, he had his banjo, and I guess he had his like right hand man.
Banjos
yes, honey.
He was trying to make them dance.
Yeah, like or something. I don't know, like whatever. But anyway, I recorded what I could get, and I'm like, bro, he was trying. So then I looped back around like 30 minutes later, and then he was gone. Homeless people be migrating, honey. So I don't know where he went.
Not the Great Migration.
Yeah, he migrated somewhere, but he was with his little sidekick. It was like he was Gucci Man, the guy was Keisha Kayor, right? And like the other person was just in the background, just kind of jamming along. And I'm like,
let me tell you something. Homeless people, they're gonna stand beside each other.
I'm gonna stand beside them.
I don't think they were gay. I think they were just like homeboys.
No. Like one thing, it's almost like that little video where the little boy was like, "Let's go!"
Oh yeah,
people hold each other, like they support each other to no end because they understand that that's all they got,
Yeah.
So, I got a quick, like literally 2 minutes or less, hilarious homeless story. Okay, so don't
tell me you were homeless because if it's inappropriate, I will laugh. I'm so sorry.
I mean, the times I was legit close to being homeless, right? I've tried to file for food stamps. They only gave me $250 for food stamps, but they'll give a child, somebody with a child, they'll give like $2,000. Like, bro, the reason that child eats up $2,000 a month in food is because y'all keep feeding them junk food. If you fed them real vegetables, okay, they won't be looking, like the African children, how they got those big old bellies, but it's like they malnourished, but they not on those commercials that they want to replay, and they're like, hey, do you want to donate to this child, which is really a paid actor? Because you go look up that child in real life. They're like, oh, they used me. They gave me $5,000 to act like I was homeless and stuff like that. Let's wake up and smell the fake homeless coffee. Listen, I'm very woke. Tupac's still alive. Back to the story.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening, ladies, was this guy, he did not want to work no more. Like, how sometimes, do y'all ever just want to call your job and say, my mama said I can't come in? Like, is that just me, or have y'all ever thought about that?
Yes. Every day.
So what ended up happening was he ended up basically quitting his job because he just didn't want to work no more. So he gets on the street, he finds another homeless lady, they end up hooking up and have relations. She gets pregnant, okay? And then after she gives birth somewhere on the street, they give the baby, this is a true story, they give the baby to this clerk in a local neighborhood, and then they decide to go off to Oregon, because if you claim that you're homeless in Oregon, they give you like a stimulus check every month, and you have free drugs there as well. So Oregon, I guess, is a place to go if you're.
So PSA for anybody who's on the brink of being homeless, or you are homeless, go to Oregon. They're going to take care of you.
They legalize everything, man. You can actually walk down the street with a crack pipe in your hand. Y'all ever actually known a real live crackhead? Like, have y'all actually had a relative or known someone who had a relative who actually was a cokehead or walked in on them shoe, and I'd be like, "You want to try this?" Y'all ever had that yet?
Not to offer it, but definitely functional, but not to offer. Like, hey, you want to try the scratch? No.
So Kendra, tell them where you're located and what you do and where they can find you.
Yeah, so located in Atlanta for now until Rapper the Game. JC on Terrell Taylor. I got to put my finger in your face, sir. Okay. Respond back to my DM that I sent you on April 19th, 2020 at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and April 19, 2021 at 9:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what time it is, okay? I'm not crazy. Don't make me crazy, okay? I didn't send my lady parts to you yet. Anyway, back to the story. So yes, I'm from Atlanta, born and raised here. And you guys can find me on the corner, but while I'm not on the corner telling jokes, I am on Instagram, the Kendra Crump Show, TheKyndRACRUMP show, not with no money sign. I'm not trying to be no fake ass ASAP Rocky. SHOW people. Okay, it's like people putting this, that, or them. We too old for that. You still throwing up the middle finger in pictures. Are you still angry? I'm sorry that your teacher didn't call on you to read in 4th grade, sir. Whose fault is that? With a
little pack of dollars.
Oh gosh. Or wait, look, you just reminded me of something. You remember back in the day, like when kids would be like do like this, and you just like they would say God. But yes, I have my own podcast, The Kendra Crump Show. I'm pretty sure the ladies are gonna put it in the show notes in case I spoke too fast. And my YouTube is Kendra Crump. So I'm just Google me and you gonna pop up, So yes, the end.
Okay, thank you so much, Kendra, for joining us tonight. This is going to be amazing. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So I apologize. So guys, I sent out topics that we're going to talk about, and this one was not on there. So I'm sorry. But this one, we're going to start off with the whole Tabitha Brown and her husband fiasco, with her making the announcement that she got the opportunity to retire her husband. So
who was her husband?
I can't remember.
His name is Chaz.
Yes,
Chaz. Her husband.
He stands beside her.
So the background story: they've been married for 23 years. He took a job as a police officer in LA so they can move to California to support her dream. This is a span of 15 years that they've been chasing her dream. Her dream finally took off. So in return, she is going to retire him from being a police officer and give him the opportunity to now live his dream so she can support him. So a lot of comments this week. I would never retire a man. He got to work. She never said he wouldn't work. He just said he had to go to 9 to 5. So Wendy Williams made that her hot topics and said that, she's been there before. You see how that worked out. Let's say everybody is not Kevin Hunter, and they have been married for 23 years. So let's talk about this.
I'm so sick of Wendy, capital P. Okay, I want her off the air. Like she's ever since. Listen, Kevin was the best thing that ever happened to her, even though he dogged her out, because we can see how miserable she is since that man has left her, and we're done. Your time is up. You are no longer the queen of gossip. You suck. Your life is miserable, and we see it every day and every night when you're on TV One, trotting out there with your sneakers and your swollen ankles. We're sick of it.
I won't say Kevin was the best thing that happened to her.
He was. Like, if you watch the Lifetime biopic, which I actually thoroughly enjoyed, he was the spark of her life. And right now that they are not together, she don't know what to do with her little poor looking self. She doesn't know she cried the entire biopic while eating caviar and spicy flaming hot Doritos. She cried the entire time. She does not know what to do without him.
That means that cooter smell like McDonald's pocket change.
What? So Tabitha Brown, in true Christian fashion,
from Eden, North Carolina,
gave her a good old Christian read, and it started out with the smile that she does, and she was like, "God bless you." And I'm gonna pray that God gives you a love like that's so genuine. And that's because I know you haven't experienced that. I was like, "Ooh."
Because it was a Christian read, and it was good, and I hope it penetrated and melted through her spirit to her heart, because it's enough. Wendy is enough.
Yeah,
hang it up.
Served with a nice smile and bless your heart.
Okay. God bless.
All right, so the next topic we have is this hit the news I think yesterday. Bill Cosby has now
Who?
been Bill Cosby has
Are you
now
team
been
Bill or
released.
not? Are you team Bill or not, Kendra? Where do
This,
you
this, this is. I'm
where do you
going.
land on this?
I'm going to keep it real with you, man. I'm going to keep it real with you, and I'm not going to go too deep into this because I don't want you guys getting banned off your own show.
Okay.
So
Thank
because
you.
listen, I don't want I don't want two black men showing up at your house like Kendra Trump. Don't trust her, and now they taking you into their spaceship, and you guys are poof, be gone, right? So this is what I'm gonna say. Bill is not the only person out there who has done the same exact thing that he's done. It's plenty of other stars that have been out for a very long time who have done what he's done. Now, this is going to sound so crazy. He probably did 70% of that, but he probably didn't do all of it. Okay, he probably did 70. Because what happens is, I'm telling y'all, the Illuminati's real, which is why I tell everyone, I don't want to be famous. I want to be well known. Okay, there's a difference. So because he's famous, you sign your name, they own you. So when you don't do what they want you to do, they set you up and stuff. So as far as with him being out, I mean, come on now. I thought it was ridiculous. And when you like 98 years old and you going to prison, like, bro, this is what you need to do, man. Instead of putting him in prison, put him. There's other ways you can make him pay. Like other ways you can make him pay. I don't think having him go to prison when the man like legal. And then wasn't he tweeting? I thought you blind. So like, how you out here tweeting and you blind and stuff like that? As soon as you get out and everything, you out here making phone calls.
They have voice response. Talk to text.
Anyway, back to the story.
Let's get into these ADA accommodations. You know better than that.
All I'm just saying is the fact of him going to prison in the first place. I just thought that to me was ridiculous. I'm like, bro, just let the man, just treat him like he's George Zimmerman, okay? Let him stay inside the house. Like George, you ain't gonna catch George in the streets now. That's
George
what
in the streets.
Oh, okay. How come ain't nobody ran up on him? All right,
the same reason ain't nobody ran up on him when he sold his gun that killed Trayvon Martin. Let's not do that.
So you basically saying people are wuss.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So let me ask y'all something. I want y'all to keep it real with me. Keep it real with us right now, okay? Well, if you see him in the streets, what are you doing?
I ain't doing nothing.
And what's the reason why you're not gonna do nothing?
Because at this point, if ain't nobody else did nothing, who am I to be out here being
the first?
When the people who should have did something was there to do it and didn't do it, it ain't no point in me trying to
be out here to be the first.
No, I don't.
No, this is how I feel. Everybody has a place. Everybody has a place. And it's just like you got the soldiers in the army, you got the killers in the army, you got the commanders, and we got some killers out here that don't have anything to lose. Those are the ones I need to step up.
Okay,
I'm not that one.
What's wrong with pimp slapping somebody? You go to jail for prior days.
You do it.
I am gonna do it.
You know it.
Listen. I got a lot to lose, but at the same time, I don't. It's a pimp slap. I'm not shooting nobody. That's how you listen. What did Pops from Friday say? You see another day. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember everything he said. So I'm here for that movie. But I'm just saying,
another day.
Not with your fist like this.
That shows you how many fights I've been in. No.
You would have got pimp slap. Girl, stand down.
No. I can listen. I got a cat. My sidekick. I got a cat. The one that flies at people, says meow. She would have scratched him up, and I would have punched him, and we would have ran off. I would have had a ski mask.
Teamwork.
What I will say, I will go on the record to say, my nigga just made bail. He's out, and you can never ever try him again on this. And I would like to say that the prayers of the righteous availeth much, and Bill Cosby is free. Now, here's why I'm saying this. I want to go on the record to say Bill Cosby did everything that the women said he did. However, I just want to go on the record to say I'm a firm believer you can't break the willing. And I want to say that a lot of the shit that happened back in the day in the 70s was the drug time. Like, a lot of people were getting high and partying. All of these women who went over there, and I'm not saying they're at fault, this is not victim shaming, but now with all these new Title IX rule changes, that little Andrea Constand is saying that this is sending the wrong message, that women are not going to want to speak out. I believe that the accused deserves the right to face their accuser. And I do believe that there needs to be a statute of limitations on some of these accusations. For example, Janice Dickerson, when she said he knew I was addicted to drugs.
She admitted she lied. She admitted that was a lie.
But had she not, they would have ran with it. And the fact that they published her and pubbed her for weeks before she admitted that she lied, it was just like, that's terrible how the justice system works. Now back to where I'm saying on my stance of why I believe you can't rape the willing. Why everybody who went over there had a headache? I believe that it was a gift in exchange. You slept with this man, and I don't believe he had to rape you, because at the time everybody wanted a piece of Bill in his young tender age. You know, he was lining them up and knocking them down. And I don't think you can. I'm a firm believer you can't rape the willing. I believe that there was an even exchange, but once the deal was shortened on the one female side, she was promised something and it did not come through, then it became rape. I do not believe that's fair, and I'm glad he's out. I do, express remorse for those who, there are real victims who have been victimized and victims of rape who have not spoken out because of their abusive past or the nature of it and re-victimization. But this morning, one of the ladies, I can't remember her name, but she was just so heavy on the fact that this is no longer America's dad. Baby girl, I ain't had a daddy. I ain't look up to Bill Cosby for my dad. Like, it was just more so about attacking his character and who he was, opposed to getting justice. And that's what I kind of felt about that whole thing. And my question was, why everybody who went over to his house had a headache and needed some pills?
So my thing was the conspiracy of it all. So it just felt like a conspiracy, because like the type of lawyers handling this case, how could the prosecutor be that negligent to not know that there was an agreement in the settlement from 19 something? There's air or something coming from somewhere. To not you got the fan going.
Sorry, let me turn it off for my app. You know, South girls, how did the witch's coochie in here? It's fine.
You better put a pack of ice down there, honey. So how can the prosecutor not know before going through a whole trial, this whole year of slander and press, not know that there was an agreement, that these charges, that these accusations, the admission that he made in that paperwork, that he could never be tried for this?
I don't think there was. Now, I believe in conspiracies, but again, it was a scheme that Todd came up with to come to us with the bullshit.
Who the fuck is Todd?
It's Todd. But what I'm saying is, I think that one, it was a push that something had to be done. His trial moved a lot faster than Harvey Weinstein. Jeffrey Epstein never even made it to the courtroom.
Right, which is why I believe that there was some level of conspiracy there.
I believe that it had to be like during the height of the Me Too movement, someone had to be held accountable. Somebody, because it was coming back to back to back to back to back. And Bill Cosby was just easy prey. Like, you're gonna go sit down for a little bit because you're a black man, and we in there. Because after it all happened, those women were on the front steps with Lisa Bloom and all of them, just celebrating, having a great time. And unfortunately, he was the scapegoat. And that's why I don't believe all of it to be 100% true. Do I believe that there were some misappropriated things that have happened? Yes. Do I want to say it was 100% rape? No, because consent and rape to me are very, very tricky. Because in the state of North Carolina, I can say yes in the beginning, but the minute I say no, then it's no longer, after I say no, it's rape. So I believe that's very, very tricky. So I think that maybe they went in with the idea that this was going to happen. And after that, no, those playful no's.
So speaking of that, just transitioning on. So recently, Kyle Massey, who was the brother of Raven from the show That's So Raven, is now facing a felony charge for sending pornographic content to a 13-year-old. So the backstory is his mom came out with a statement. There was a mother, and she attempted to press charges against Kyle in 2019 in California. Those charges were dismissed and dropped, and now she's trying to pursue those same charges in the state of Washington, because the mother said that they're trying to blackmail him for $1.9 million. Now, that specific number, I don't know why that's a specific number, but that is the story
Does
that
he
is
even have
happening.
that? I mean, not even trying to be funny, but we ain't seen him since that. So
Well,
Ray.
what if he's behind the scenes? Like, what if he
Yeah,
has what if he has a savings account? He invested his money. If his parents were smart and they didn't pimp him like some of these stars do, they probably have it.
oh, smart like Jason Weaver's mom when he did
Oh
Lion
yeah,
King.
Lion King, yeah.
So I don't know, but in the same likeness, these things are happening. I just recently watched a video. I think I shared it with you, Kelsey, of a young man who had a rising career. He was in some movie about pimps or something. I can't remember the name. Oh, Superfly. He was in a Superfly movie, the most recent one.
I've never seen that thing.
Don't watch that. It's
Me
bullcrap.
neither.
It was
I've
trash.
never seen it.
You
I
know what?
never watched
It
it
looked like
either.
it was put together. The movie's gonna be bad when they put all the good scenes in the previews. It's bad. Don't go watch that.
Yeah, I
fell
never
asleep.
saw it. But he ended up going to prison behind a lady lying and saying that she raped him when he didn't. So actually, the young lady was his friend's girlfriend. He was trifling for that. But in order to save face, she lied to the boyfriend, said that he raped her. So they went on his witch hunt. He was in prison for 3 years. So it happens. She's not going to face any charges for lying or anything of that nature. So
I think she should serve the same 3 years that he served plus 3 more.
right. So moving on to lighter talk. So Sweetie, what do we call her?
Sweetie.
Sweetie.
Call about her about her government name. I think it's like 30 letters long.
Yeah, it's Sweetie to me. So she was recently in an interview where they were talking about pretty privilege. So that's something that does exist, especially around little children. Where a child who has a favorable look, the teachers treat them better. But she talked about the other side of pretty privilege, of being bullied because she was deemed pretty, not being accepted or being cast out because she was seen as pretty. So Kelsey and Kendra, what has been your experience with pretty privilege?
I'll yield to Kim.
Okay. I've never, I was just having a conversation. I always thought people like I've had as I got older, like I've always looked the same. I guess when I was a child, I thought I was like hurt, right? Because people make fun of you.
Yeah.
But then when you get older and you have children calling you attractive, and it's 3 things that don't lie. It's children, a drunk man, and leggings.
Oh.
Not in
leggings. So those are 3 things I rely on, right? And so with that being said, I've had people tell me I was attractive. A lot of men would try to holler at me. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm attractive, then why don't you pay for my gas? You find me so attractive, right? I'm not that attractive. Or I'll have guys say, okay, well, these be the unattractive guys. I'm like, okay, well, you want me on your arm. I don't really care about you. Why don't you? Man, you just a gold digger. Sir, you're the one in my DM. You're the one who's trying to shoot for the stars.
Yeah.
You should know that if you're trying to deal with an attractive woman, it comes with work. Come on now. But I've never had that thing where people have tried being around me just because, they find me attractive. I don't really have that. It's either a hit or miss. I've had a couple of tickets and my looks didn't get me out of the ticket. Maybe I should have some cleavage or something like that shown.
Yeah, a little nipple action.
Little clavicle showing through.
Kelsey?
I definitely will say it is a real thing. I remember growing up, being younger, how people will always say, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. She has pretty eyes. She has long hair. And they would just highlight these things in front of my cousins who may have been of a darker hue. And, when she gets older, she's going to be this, this, and this. But they would never, ever say that about my cousins of a darker hue. But one thing about my Nana, who normally attends the show on Thursdays, hey Nana, she would always just like have this or if they say she's so pretty, homegirl be like, she ain't had nothing to do with that. It was a hate nigga spirit on her, but it was definitely to keep it humble. Like that ain't this. She's pretty, but she has more to offer than that. And there are also other people in the space. But it was always, before it was pretty privilege, it was, it's because you light skin.
Yeah.
Light skin, pretty type situation.
Yeah.
So pretty privilege wasn't becoming has not become that buzzword until now, because it was always light skin versus dark skin, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, who watched the last verses with Soulja Boy and Bow Wow?
I finally
Big
got
Draco.
So I will say that I now have tickets to the Millennium Tour. Does anybody else plan on going?
I don't.
I already had the tickets. I was getting canceled.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And so you also know Keith Sweat is coming. It's Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown's on right now. Actually,
it's on right now. I was tuned in while I was waiting for you all to, get off your date night.
I didn't know that because I would have not shown up tonight. So
okay, it would have been canceled. It's starting to come out of nowhere, y'all. But I'm just so glad. I thank God.
I did enjoy the little pieces of the verses I did like, but I was already rooting for Soulja Boy, and so I felt like him having Romeo, even though Romeo does not even have that spirit about him bringing Romeo was a complete shot at Bow Wow. It was a complete shot.
I don't know. Bow Wow. So we got to give Bow Wow his flowers. Bow Wow had the machine behind him back in the day. He had some hits. But what we're going to have to do is put some respect on Draco's name.
Big Draco. It's Big Draco.
It's big B to the I to the G.
Pow, 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 pow.
Okay? Because I was in here shooting out. I was Soulja Boying. I was, Soulja Boy. Hey, I was hitting every move. Soulja Boy is the reason why the internet exists. Okay? And we got to get this man his respect.
Yeah.
He was.
So what do you think happened? Why do you think he fell off? Why do you think that he fell off after? And when I say like he, you didn't hear nothing from him for a while. He ended up going on reality shows to get his career back. What happened?
So I don't.
Shit happens. I think he hit his peak a little too high, and because he was so young, he got wrapped up in them streets. And, just life happens.
So a few things happened. So he fell off from music, but he didn't fall off from business. He has a lot of business ventures. He's very smart. But I think at the time he was dealing with the death of his sibling who got killed in the streets. Mm-hmm. And then he made his infamous comments that he was grateful for slavery. And that was
we did cancel him on that. We did cancel
him. He got canceled after that.
I don't remember him. I just remember Kanye West saying something
about slavery.
No,
he said it on the red carpet of a show. He said he was thankful for slavery. If slavery never happened, he wouldn't be here. We should all be grateful for slavery. And it just all went really downhill.
He was high.
From there.
He was in some mess. The Saints weren't praying at the time. And
he was riding a white horse. He was riding.
Okay, hard. Okay, he was on the
or it could have been the cocaine.
That's the white horse.
That's the white horse. The booger sugar.
Okay.
However you want to add that. Booger sugar. Yes. The white girl. The slopes.
Yeah.
However you want to put it.
Yeah. So moving on. So Trick Daddy versus the Beehive. So that was entertaining for me. Trick Daddy said basically that Beyonce can't sing. Sang. He said that she could not sing, and the Beehive went up in a storm and tried to chew him up. And he said he ain't scared of y'all bitches. He don't care. He said what the fuck he said. And she can sing, but she can't sing like Whitney Houston, the way Mariah used to sing. And so it was just
because there's a difference.
Because she can't sing today.
I don't want to be out for us because we start out.
Oh my gosh! Why is everybody so afraid of a certain group of people? They're just people, man.
So I think we recently
these internet trolls are something else.
Yeah, we recently had a situation within our panel. We had a situation within our panel, and where one of the members was attacked by a online mob. And it felt overwhelming. They were creating fake accounts to say, to make all these threats. So it can be really overwhelming, especially if you're not as mentally strong as you think you are to fight those things off. But yeah, people go out their way to threaten you. Yeah, we had to stand beside them. But I've heard people say, I think Carrie Hilton at the time when she was being attacked by the Beehive, she was receiving death threats. People were sending packages to her.
How'd they get her address?
It's
the
crazy.
world has a way.
the world has a way, and people are really, really sick when you think
Yeah.
about the stands for these people. And for like, I have a classmate from college. You cannot say anything bad. Like, you cannot disagree with Beyonce. It's as if Beyonce is God.
Yeah.
And
And I
there are
think that
really
happened
people
with
out here who,
Nicki Minaj one time. She had to literally get online and tell the Barbs to stop harassing this person.
yeah.
Like that is people are crazy. Like they live for you, and they don't even
You know
know
what?
you.
I
Right.
remember
What's the boy who was at her concert who changed his name? He was like, "Say my name, say my name," and she was like, "You my cousin?"
I don't know who
But he
that.
was like, "No, I'm your husband." The boy,
Uh,
he changed his name to
I don't.
whatever Carter,
I,
like crazy.
I'm not
Yeah.
that. I don't.
I'll tell you this one time. I don't know if you guys remember that song with Beyonce and Jay-Z was called Ape Shit. And
Mhm.
I had said one thing about the video and it had like 400 likes on my, on the comment. Like I said something about, they don't seem the same, that they're something I'm basically paraphrasing like that their entire movement now isn't the same as it was when they first came out. I'm not feeling it.
Mhm.
Here comes one person with like a cartoon emoji. Die, burnt hoe. So
Oh my god! Oh my god!
so then it was just only her who was going off, and then a couple more people came and they joined her, and then I just was going back and forth with them, and I have the last word. I have all night. We're gonna finish it in the morning. Once I wake up, give the honor and glory to God. I'm still gonna finish what I'm doing.
I be
I'll be
back.
at work.
I
You
be
know,
back.
when I have
Right.
a break, I'm going to the bathroom, whatever it might be. So and then eventually they stopped. They left me alone. And then on top of that, I was reporting their comments too. So I think that
She is out. She is out.
it did not
Wait,
help.
I go to lunch.
You know what I realized? I'm like, bro, like, it's a mental. Anybody out there who is a part of the Beehive and you are literally bullying people to the point where people probably have committed suicide, you need mental help. These Beyonce did not, and y'all come for me, don't come for them, okay? Beyonce did not die on the cross for your sins so you can have eternal and everlasting life, because once you die, you're gonna have to go to heaven or hell, okay? Some of y'all might not believe that. Probably you universal. I pray to the universe. What's your sign?
The Church of Beyonce.
Hey,
It's gonna be a lot. I think a lot of people when Beyonce died gonna jump in the grave with her.
I'm telling you, man, people need to grow up out of that, man. It's you gotta, and people know I'm telling the truth, and they probably, like I said, they're gonna come after me. Come after me. They didn't do nothing. They just
At
invited
the
me.
Kendra Trump show, not here.
Come after me.
Okay, Joan. Oh!
You try to come after me, you're gonna come up against one of your children of God, and you're gonna wonder why your life is in hell.
We gonna
Don't
call
try-
her Kendra Draco. She ready?
I don't do that. And on top of that, these people, you guys are not about that life. You want to sit here and bully people online, but you can't pull up on in person. People, I'm telling you, you know how many women I done said it's on site too? I see them in person. I guess they reschedule. I ain't got time.
You didn't get the calendar invite.
What time it was? I didn't have people try to threaten me over online over just regular conversation between me and maybe their guy that has been cheating on them with a slew of women, right? And they would decide to pick on me. And I said, so what's up? And they just, had blocked me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Because I ain't got time for this internet beef.
Right.
All of a
I'm
sudden,
too
that's the
grown.
conversation.
I love when they get scared. But I'm too grown for this, and it was
You're the one who started it.
Let me tell you this phrase my son just gave me yesterday. He said, "Left, right, good night."
The kids be saying that, so we
Yeah. I don't know where it came from, but he was threatening people last night. He was like, "Left, right, good night. Don't make me deliver it." I was like, "Okay."
Oh my gosh. Can I use that?
Yes.
I don't know where my niece said it. So when I was like, "The heck? Just get out of here, cornball." But I like the thing about the Beehive is these are adults, like 30 something odd
Yeah.
year old people who stand for this lady. And baby, I don't get it. I don't.
So let's talk about Juneteenth. It has passed and we celebrated.
Everything.
Yes. So IKEA, I actually like the store. I get my knife sets from there. They decided to celebrate Juneteenth by serving fried chicken, watermelon, and collard greens. They have since apologized for this. However, I
I've
always
never
ask
been
this
to
question.
IKEA.
I love it. Um, However, the same question I always have when Gucci happened, always like, who the fuck was here who kept passing these things and saying, this is good. This is like, nobody said, we're celebrating Black people. Let's not have the watermelon and the fried chicken and the collard greens.
Is there a way we can pull up the IKEA's board? Because I'm pretty sure that can give you the answer why we thought it was okay.
I don't think the board approved the menu. Some whoever is in marketing or whatever, that's
Let's
the
pull up the marketing board for that location.
because they're not an American company. I think they're Swedish or something. So
Bingo, like that. That lets people know, like, niggas love watermelon. Matter of fact, I got one over here on the floor. No lie, I do.
I hate watermelon. So.
Girl, me too. Me
hate
too.
It. Hate it.
Too.
Yeah. Girl, you drink Kool-Aid.
I ain't had Kool-Aid in a while. Do y'all like blast your rap music in the car?
Every morning on the way to work. I gotta tune my.
You have a car that's sitting on fofos or tutus?
No, it's on.
Did you have silver caps in your mouth growing up?
I did have them going in the back. In the light. Just one. It's okay.
I'm done asking stereotypical questions. Here's my thing, man. Let me say this. Let me give my own like point of view on this subject.
Mm-hmm. Ken, you went to a Catholic school, huh?
No, my mom's an evangelist, so I think that has a lot to do with who I am. You know, I'm just, if y'all seen the movie "Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood," I'm the grandma from that film. Like, she curses folks out, she'll go to church and pray for you, and she'll be in the sky with Snoop Dogg. That's exactly who I am, right?
Okay.
So, with that being said, people know what they're doing. This is the thing that I'm going to tread lightly because, again, I don't want y'all getting kicked off your own show because, you know, of my controversial and confrontational statements.
Let me give this disclaimer. Hi, guys. The views of Kendra Trump do not necessarily reflect the views of the co-host of Last of the Millennials. We're probably right. Therefore, anything said by Kendra Trump does not apply to us. Thank you. Go ahead, Kendra.
Lovely.
We'll type it under there.
Yes, go ahead, because I don't want y'all getting, you know, want y'all still invite me back later on. So not, you know, beating up people. But no, so basically, this is what I have to say. None of these big time companies care about us. Let's just keep it real.
No, they don't.
Nike doesn't care about us, but we wear it. Did y'all know this is actually a true fact? When you go to neighborhoods, they do this oftentimes in lower class income neighborhoods. When you go to gas stations and they say, or beauty supply stores, and it says you have to have a $5 the limit on a card, that's only for your debit card, not your credit card. Okay,
that's illegal.
Yeah, it's actually illegal in North Carolina.
It's illegal everywhere.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. You can report them to the Better Business Bureau, but the Better Business Bureau, unless they actually have a slew of people reporting and shutting this place down, they're not going to care whatsoever, because I've contacted the Better Business Bureau.
Shout out to the producer, Big Draco.
So with that being said, you can report them, but at the same time, like, you know, unless you have a slew of people, the problem with our people is we're not marching. We're not actually standing up for what's right long enough. That's why I never got out in those marches with George Floyd, because, mind you, there's something happens with police brutality across everywhere in America. So you can't sit here and decide to riot off of this one very tragic and traumatic type of experience, because it has a lot of stuff. It hasn't even hit the news yet. And it's probably not going to ever hit the news about police brutality. Not all policemen are bad. Not all Black people are labeled as ghetto. It's a lower class of something in every ethnicity. We only make up 13% of the population, but for whatever reason, we're always the ones on the news doing, like, you know, horrific type things, right? But my thing is this: either A, and here's the thing about it: people are still gonna shop at H&M. You still gonna get back with your baby daddy who done had his seventh child on you. Okay, you still gonna continue. People are gonna still continue doing what they want to do. And I'm gonna break it even down more real to you. Okay, and this is gonna probably hurt everybody, and you guys might just shut me off after this. Okay, but there is really
Production, get ready.
So there is really no such thing as a black-owned business because that money you got was from the bank, that loan. The bank is white-owned. Let's just keep it all the way real. Okay? I try to support these black-owned businesses, but why in the world do I have to pay a deposit fee? It's me. You know me since I was 7 years old, doggone it. Why am I paying the deposit fee and you still don't show up on time? Okay, or if I show up 1 minute late.
Now I do. Now there, you are tapping the nail on the head when it comes to some black businesses. There are some people that I follow on social media who really got it out the mud, and I follow them because they're just that chick. But what I also don't play about, I'm not gonna shop you just because you black. Okay, because I believe that there is a black tax that people feel like because I am black, you're gonna automatically shop with me. And just like with Juneteenth, how they said if you got a Juneteenth shirt and yours is $19 and Walmart has it for $5, I'm going to the Wally World. I'm sorry. Okay, that's just the way it's gonna go. And also, sometimes I believe our culture and ethnicity, we are the most critical of ourselves, and we tear each other down. So what happens is, for example, we were so harsh on Bill Cosby. And one thing about the 2520s is they may not like their own because they have a hierarchy within their own little system, but they'll never publicly bash them. They're going to stand beside them and, we're going to move you off to the side later, right? Black people going to run you down. And everybody face, well, Kendra didn't get that business on her own. She really got that loan from such and such, and her grandma, co-sign. Like they run it all the way down, like for no reason.
And I can be honest and let y'all know I got it from out there prostituting. Okay, I got it from the white folks. White folks giving me the money. All right, I will be honest and let y'all know that I worked at Magic City. But some people would be like, oh no, my parents, they gave me inheritance. Honey, I know your parents in real life. Come on, let's cut the crap now. Okay.
But I will say I shop a lot of places because it's about the experience. I'm not just gonna shop with you because you're black. And these deposits, I'm still missing the full sets for 25 and the fillings for 15. But because you're black, you charge me this black tax, for a design nail. And I can't take it.
They don't even give you good customer service. Either they ain't filing your taxes, helping you with life advice. They just sitting there. They're like, okay, I feel like people. Let me ask y'all something. Why? I understand why they do the deposit fees, but do you honestly think it's like if somebody personally knows you, like they have known you for a while prior to them doing deposit fees, do you feel like that cosmetologist should keep that same energy? They should, because I keep coming across people who want to. They don't want to wash, condition. They want me to show up with like my hair 75% done, and they'll still charge me full price. And I'll ask them, why do you do that? Without asking, rudely. They say, well, it's my time. Well, honey, if you're short on money, then the airport is always hiring. Like, it should be no reason as to why.
Not here in North Carolina. I know a lot of people got laid off.
Well, I mean, but here's my thing. Well, okay, whose fault is that? That's called investments. Do people not save for a rainy day? Like when you get your money, like I don't know if you guys, I'm still figuring out the stocks, and how that's supposed to go. But my thing is, why not invest when you get that first paycheck, when you've been an adult for a while? Why not invest your money so you can reap the benefits of that, and your children's children can reap the benefits of it? Why are you trying to make me pay for the fact that you got, a $300 car note? That's your fault. If you don't get a 2002 Camry and call it a day. Okay, something off the lot.
So we have a whole series. We have a whole series on that where we talk about.
We have a resident millionaire who advises us on stocks.
Yes,
connect with us. You can be one.
We have a whole series of that. However, so $25 full sets don't exist anywhere.
They don't.
No, they do.
Where?
Come to me. I do nails. Have y'all look at my nails? You see it?
Oh no, baby. They look healthy, but
I can't do the bitch man hands no more. I already got a baby.
Girl, they look healthy, but it's not what I'm looking for. But thank you.
All right, fine. You can have your little nail look like you got fleas, and if you want to, I know what I'm doing. If you don't come over here. All right, respect your elders, doggone.
This is why we don't shop black.
That's why.
Okay, guys, moving on. So 2 TikTok things are happening. Black TikTokers on strike. They're not creating no more dances at all. Left, right, good night.
Right.
And
TikTok
then
is over.
yes, and then there is a trend on TikTok of white women showing that they can cry on cue, and it is scary as hell when you're looking at it.
Real talk. I was at a conference and a white woman told me, because I was like one of 2 other black women in this room, and she says sometimes you have to weaponize your tears.
Yeah.
She looked at and she said, because the field that I'm in is predominantly male. And she said, because we are women in this role, sometimes when people don't hear you out, you have to weaponize your tears. Sometimes you have to use that emotion. I think, Kendra, you and I spoke about that.
Yeah, we did.
Baby, on a dime. And all I got to do is think about my dog, and it's the waterworks, baby.
It was very triggering to watch, because for me, I just thought about all the times that those tears have gotten somebody fired, have gotten our black men hemmed up, locked up, beat up, like even killed. And it was like they would just like be crying, and then it was like straight face. And I was like, now I have recently learned how to do it, and I've used it against the person who was attempting to use their tears against me, and it worked.
Demise.
Because imagine being in a situation where you're actually the victim and they start crying. Now, all of a sudden, they've gathered all the sympathy in the room, and how dare you? You look what you did to her. It's like, wait, bitch, I'm the victim.
And they storm out.
So I just, oh my God. So it was very triggering to watch. So if you haven't seen it, I don't know if you want to.
No, I try not to. I can tell you, guys, what makes me cry on command. And this is it's actually kind of like a cool thing. The reason I cry on command. Okay, I'll tell you, it's been a couple things. Last time I was crying on command. Like I like to do random acts of kindness, right? But you'll never catch me filming it, because I think people who do that, they're
I don't like that. I don't like that.
The Bible says, "Don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing." But this particular day. That's one of my favorite scriptures, by the way, as well. But this particular day, I decided to go to McDonald's, and I think I paid for like 20 people behind me. It was like a lot of people like behind me, right? And so I told them, and my thing I always do, and every time I do a random act of kindness, I tell a person, read one Bible scripture before the week is over, and then I just disappear like I'm an angel. Okay, but I came back to life. So back to the story. So when I parked my car to eat my food, like I just started crying, because I just felt like, oh my goodness, like I've been wanting to do that for so long, right? And then sometimes I like to, I'm a tomboy, so I like watching basketball highlights sometimes, and I typed in like Michael Jordan's highlights, top 10 game winners, and anytime he shot the shot, everybody's cheering. I'm like crying as well, even 50 years ago, right? I like little sports highlights when a person is hitting a high note and it sounds beautifully. I am crying, and I gotta that's what makes me cry on cue. So if you want to see me start crying when I'm about to get in trouble, somebody start playing some basketball highlights in the background.
So I just want to say, Kendra, before we move on to the next point, in case you're feeling like an emotional mood and you want to just do that again, money sign KGALBERTH at Cash App.
I'll send you mine.
You know what I do? Like if y'all are ever, I'm telling you, like it's just randomly, like if I am, because my way of tithing is I no longer give to the church. You guys are the church. Like the people are the church. So I go, and my dream one day when I make it, when I'm very wealthy, I want to actually put people's names in a hat, and I'll pick out, okay, whose rent can I pay this month?
Yeah, I sound like Pirelli. I hate he's not on here tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to pay somebody's rent one day. I want to actually go and pay somebody's layaway. I want to do stuff like that. Like if you guys are ever in Walmart, like I love Walmart or just wherever, like I love to do that. It's always typically I weigh somebody, I look at them like, okay, let me see how big their basket is. Okay, cool. Their basket's okay for me. Because one thing I learned is you gotta look out for yourself before you look out for others. And there have been times I was jammed up years ago because I'm like, oh, let me give them my whole paycheck. And God's like, you big dummy.
I didn't tell you to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Look at Evander Holyfield. He did.
But that is such a heart to go. That is beautiful to know, Kendra.
It's little like, and you know, we all you can give in multiple ways. Like if either I don't know, you guys like love cooking or so, but you can cook a nice home cooked meal for your neighbor that you don't probably too much care for, but they don't know that you don't care for them. But don't let them know that you don't care for them, so they don't think you're giving them poisonous food.
Yeah.
You know whatever it might be.
Okay. Well, thank you so much because that was so inspiring. Let's talk about the new epidemic. The BBL. So there was a video, and I guess people are getting caught up the same way the airlines are getting caught up in Airbnb. They're trying to get all their money back that they lost last year. So there was a video of a young lady who was, I think, in Mexico or Dominican Republic or something. She was going through the airport, and there was a line of 28 wheelchairs of women who had just received BBLs going back home to their state. And so that has been all the rage online to talk about the BBL epidemic.
Where do we start?
Wherever you want.
So first and foremost, I do believe it's a woman's right to do whatever she wants with her body because this is mine. This is mine. Yeah. But a few points I want to make is, are you doing it for the right reason? Because let's think about it, you know, during this pandemic, you know, we done packed on a few extra pounds.
Yeah.
Suck it in. And I'm not as small as I used to be back in college and, you know, these different things. But I wonder if people are doing it for self or for the feeling that self gets when people compliment them. For example, you never start getting that feeling where you really just, right now, people just exist. Some people are just existing. And it's not until you start making a change where it's, oh, you're starting to get skinny. That's when you look good. That's the high that you're looking for. So if you're not doing it for the right reason, you know, you stuck. Also, you have to treat these BBLs and these tummy tucks like the fillings in your teeth. This is not a one and done situation, right? A lot of people don't know that when you get these fillings in your teeth, you got to come back because it's an expiration on them. Like you got to get them replaced. The same way with these BBLs. And a lot of people are not matching these portions up, right? You got these ant booties that Tiny got an ant booty. K. Michelle had one. Kiki White just got one. Kiki White looks like the queen bee ant in the hive. Okay.
Is she pregnant again?
I think she just has not lost the weight from the 10th baby. And then she went and got that booty thing put on. And it looks like a saggy diaper. But Tiny is the prime example where she has this little baby knock knees that sounds like she's going to do a rain dance with him. And this big, fat, soggy diaper booty. And what's happening is when these stimmies run out, and women, I always said the effect is tits, ass, and teeth. If you want to be a bad bitch, that is the making of a bad bitch. Tits, ass, and teeth. You grind your teeth down and you don't realize that after 10 years, you're going to have to get those redone. If you don't go to the gym, that tummy tuck ain't going to stay where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And a lot of y'all are going down there to Guatemala and Costa Rica and Dominican Republic panning in potatoes and wondering why y'all booty is lopsided. And not realizing that you're going to have to get this done over once your body ages and this silicone and fix it flat that they put in your body ain't adjusting. So, yeah, if you're not doing it for the right reason, I believe that some, you know, when people do weight loss surgery for health reasons and not vanity, you know, if they don't want that extra skin, do that. But if you out here trying to be like the next Bernice Burgos and getting all this stuff done, be Kim K, like you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And then you realize that after you go through all this pain and tragedy, you're still empty and void. That's all I have to say. Sorry for taking that up.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
What a word. Took all the words out of my mouth, honey.
So as we close this out,
Are we going to
So
Bobby Bonilla?
are we doing what?
Bobby Bonilla.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl.
Happy July 1, y'all. It's Bobby Bonilla Day. And just to give you a few facts, okay? Because my other third didn't know.
Keep it sweet. Keep it sweet.
It's gonna be real sweet.
Okay.
So the calendar has turned to July 1, and that means one thing, and it's time for the Mets fans and everyone to wish a happy Bobby Bonilla Day, because the 58-year-old collects his check for $1.1 million from July 1, starting in 2011 all the way to 2035, because the Mets refused to pay him out a $5 million settlement, and instead invested this money with Bernie Madoff, big mistake, and who owned the biggest Ponzi scheme ever, and fucked the church money up, and now they have to pay him that much money every year on July 1 until 2035. Talking about the come up. Oh, Jesus.
Well, that is good news.
Messed me up like that. Just like the Chase Bank. Did y'all see where they put that $50 million in that couple account?
Yes.
And they couldn't
get I was actually the cousin of the couple.
You'd have been up Shit's Creek without a paddle. You would not have gotten that money back.
No. They loaned me $5, so it didn't really hurt.
That's when I would have been the money fairy. I'm paying your house off. I'm paying this off.
No. Because I would have been in jail. Like, ain't nobody gonna put no money on my books. Oh well, Kendra, you should get it up. You know what I'm saying, maybe. Come on now, it's bull crap.
I'ma just say that was God's plan.
Why am I in jail and now I'm Big Bertha's bitch? Come on, that's not God. Hell are you talking about, man?
So, lastly, we have Jasmine Sullivan decided to do some stories about what you have done for sex or for great sex. And so it turned into what has now been coined, since we're talking about hives, the hoe hive. And some of these stories were wild as hell. So one person said that they babysat the dude's baby while him and the fiance planned the wedding. She said she went to the baby shower, gave a gift. Somebody else said that I think they went to jail. They took a charge for them. They was in a drive-by shooting. One lady even gave her kidney to a nigga.
I saw that one. I was like, girl. Boom.
I was like, so have you guys ever done anything crazy for some great sex?
There was this one time
when I have sex first, I'll let you know, but I'm gonna have a great day.
Hold on there. You was just a prostitute 20 minutes ago.
Just a prostitute. Okay.
I'm a comedian. You can't believe everything I say, but I'm telling the truth now. I'm waiting until marriage. So
awesome.
I'm on this journey. I'm trying. It's hard, man.
Oh, I know.
It's hard, especially when you see Silicon Valley bodies up in the airport and Walmart, and I'm like, bro, like, what's wrong with you?
Didn't I just tell you that them ant booties ain't gonna last?
No. I'm talking about the ones that, like, when you have women
they're
who do
natural.
There's natural women that I guess they just want to get the attention that day, and it'd be like, bro, like, you know what you're doing. Stop it. I'll be up underneath them like, hey, how you doing? I'm sorry, you dropped something.
Well, I will definitely say, I mean, it won't because of the D. It was just because I was wronged, and I had broke into my ex house and stole all his But my daddy turned snitch on me because niggas showed up trying to act crazy. My dad was like, "Don't bring that shit over here."
Your daddy ain't no rider.
My dad was like, "Call the police on her then." Nigga. But luckily, the one who stood beside me married me. He was gonna go down.
You married?
Yes.
Oh, so you be doing it every day, or is it like once a week?
No, we married every day. We married in real life.
No. I'm talking about you have relations every, because I was told
that cheeks every day.
Like I was told. No, I was gonna say, like, that's the biggest myth in the world, that people think, oh, once you get married, like it starts off that probably the first couple of months, and you're like, babe, can we go watch the television? I'm a little bored right now. Okay, babe. All right, cool.
Listen, it's, as much as I would want to, sometimes it's just not there.
Yeah.
Especially when I believe people who lay up and screw all day don't have shit else to do. They
I was
smoke.
just about to say that too.
You don't have anything else to do. Because
Go ahead.
because you don't have nothing else to do.
I go to work, okay?
Right.
I saw this video years back and it just resurfaced again. It was like beginning of the relationship and like waking up, like him waking you up in the middle of the night, like, ooh, what you doing? You know what I'm doing. Then like 6 months or 6 years later, they try to do that again. Like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Leave me alone. You know I gotta go to work in the morning. Like, it's cute at first, but it's like, bro, like, come on now. Like, I gotta go to work in a few hours. I got a presentation. Like, don't wake me up out of my sleep for this.
Okay.
It's not even my off day.
I'm ready all times, all conditions. I'm always ready.
You say that until you come
tired.
Okay.
You don't know, Kendra. You don't know. I wish Pirelli would just pop in because he always says that I have a condition.
Got to.
So this has been great, guys. Thank you, family, for joining us. Thank you, Kendra, for joining us. We hope to have you back sometime in the future. As always, we probably write. And again, you can find Kendra at the Kendra Trump Show, Kendra with the Y, on Instagram. And where else can they find you, Kendra?
YouTube, same, just Kendra Crump and my own individual podcast. And you ladies are more than welcome to come on. And sometimes we got like 7 other people. It's on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to get the up-to-date episodes, just go and type my name in and you can listen to the up-to-date episodes.
Okay. You want to come over there and tear your shit up.
Yeah. You're going to come in there and fuck your house up.
Y'all want to come on tomorrow? Is it too like late? Too early to? I mean, is it too like late for notice?
Yes, the holiday weekend. I got shit to do.
Oh shoot, it is. You still celebrating the 4th? Anyway, listen. Come next Friday. Listen, you guys got my email. Y'all got my DM and everything. Just let me know whenever y'all want to show up. Show up, okay?
Okay, we appreciate the invite.
Pop in like this.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Pop.
And guess what? The cool thing is it's audio only, so you can be wearing your birthday suit. You can be on top of your husband. And be talking. Don't matter. As long as if you make yourself, please mute yourself, okay? When you know you about to hit the spot, mute yourself, all right? Please. So,
for somebody who ain't sexually active, you know a whole lot about a whole lot.
Oh, because I was watching. Anyway, so back to the story. Let's go ahead and end this. I'm thirsty.
But wait a second, before we end this whole thing, because Miss Kendra Rochelle love to ask people about their business, but she never tell hers. What was the craziest thing that you done did, ma'am?
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you guys. We will see you guys in the next 2 Thursdays, and as always, we probably right. Thank you for joining us. Bye. Pirelli, did you end us?
No.
We're still here, y'all. Hold on.
Well,
maybe we should give them a strip tease or something. We should show our boobs.
Because we make it clap. Go ahead, Kendra.